Hi guys, Kyle here with New Norm Farm. Just going to do another bearded rambling. Lots been going on. It's been kind of crazy hectic. I've not even had a chance to kind of sit down. Um, Everything going on today was my first day back to work for Whirlpool, which I praise the Lord for the job. But there's so many other things to get done on the farm and get moving that it's hard to go back. And so Cassie and I talked and decided that best to go back to work so we can make sure bills and things are paid and insurance taken care of until we can kind of get our gravel tent sites and things up and running, get some money generating off the farm, and to actually show that we got a little bit more security there. All that being said, is we are making progress towards that, and since we got the road and mainly put there, we're kind of working on two things at one time, which is going to be prep for our barndominium, where we're going to live, and also really focusing on our gravel tent sites, getting it all fixed in and good to go, so that way we can start generating some more income like we do with our tent sites by the pond. We hope to kind of get those generating some cash coming in. We're going to make 3 spots with power and water hookup. They'll have a big long gravel driveway to pull in, and then you have a little grassy spot where you can set your tent up either on the gravel or in the grass side. And that way you got access to everything there, make it easy. Pull in, we kind of got everything cut out to that point. Just got to finish up the road a little bit, put in a culvert here and there, and then we got to put some gravel down, and so that way we can get those moving forward. And past week or so, we bought a hoop style greenhouse structure off Facebook Marketplace, and that was a experience taken down. We first started out with some ladders and trying to climb up 15 foot and take it down. Cassie was a hero going up there, and started loosening things up. And we quickly realized, this is not the safest way to take it down, because as she took stuff down, it just started to give her support away. So we fortunately had a friend. We went and borrowed some scaffolding, got it back, and it sped the process up a lot. But we were still out till probably 10:30 at night, getting everything taken down, packed up, loaded up, and brought back. We had the van. The bad thing is our van was in the shop, so we didn't have vehicles. So I had to borrow a truck to go out there and do that, and had to borrow a trailer because our trailer is currently loaded down with material, and so we it was kind of just chaotic. We were without an actual vehicle for days. Did borrow a truck, which had for a couple days, but then the person we borrowed it from needed it back quicker than I was hoping, and quicker than it took, and so I had to get everything unloaded and drop back. But we did manage to kind of get that settled in a little bit, and then all in that same time without a vehicle, the guy that we had our stuff stored at, that we tried to salvage out of the house to let air out, he needed his space back. And so we praise the Lord for the time we had to have our stuff there, but came up quickly and suddenly that we had to pull everything out. And of course, without a vehicle, we tried starting with a tractor and a wagon and one small load at a time. That wasn't working. Then we had to stop, and we got that hoop house because we need it for the livestock and greenhouse, because we've had too many flip overs of the small cheap greenhouse that we had. So we knew it was time to invest in something a little more permanent. And so we got that going on, and all in the midst of trying to then get this, get the car worked on, get that picked up, and then have to get all this stuff moved out of his way. And so we were struggling going back and forth trying to do that. And then also We have my buddy's sawmill on the farm, which we're trying to get the pine log sawed up so we can use it for building. And been trying to. His schedule's been busy, mine's been busy, or the weather's been bad, and so we finally hooked up on Saturday to be able to. He ran me through using a sawmill, so maybe I can start actually milling the lumber myself with his mill, and which is great. But that is, I had to, like I said, get all that stuff unloaded, get the person's truck back that I borrowed, get it back, got it turned in, and then he was there, and so started on that. Then all of a sudden, next thing I realized it was Saturday, and feed guys closed on Sunday, and we went and jumped in the car, and right an hour before the feed store closes, picked up the feed for the week, and got that settled in, and kind of rushed back, and then of course, just family we had a few little ones that had stomach bugs and just not feeling well, and just top all that on top of everything, and then the stress of trying to get stuff done before going back to work. It's just been kind of a hectic week, and so we were working on that. Then Sunday we took a little bit easier day because it was Cassie's birthday, and so we tried to give her an easy day, but the woman never knows when to stop. She continues on. But no, so we tried to take it kind of easy there, had some family time, and then we didn't get the stuff out, but then come Monday morning when I was supposed to go back, guy needed his barn back that day because he had to move his camper and some stuff around, and so I had to call into work. Supposed to be back at work, but called in and said sorry, and had to try to get all the material out. Good thing is we did get her van back, so we did actually have a vehicle, but we had to unload. I told you I got the truck unloaded, but we hadn't unloaded the trailer, so I had to get that all unloaded and everything, so we then start loading back up and come over, and then we're trying to work that out. Monday morning, I was getting a Squiz Kid, but I couldn't get it, and then but we did call buddy Jeff from our scouting group, and he came to the rescue with his truck and trailer, and so we had two trailers, got stuff moved on Monday, got the area cleared out, moved back, and was able to kind of breathe, and so now we got that material and stuff back on our property. We were able to kind of find a place to put it. Still got to go through and tarp it some. In the meanwhile, on Friday, what I forgot to add is I had to do my taxes, which that'll be another rambling later on, because I definitely don't agree with our tax system and the government lawful theft, as they call it. Well, they say it's lawful, I say it's theft. But anyways, that's another story. So we got that done all in the mix as well. And so it was a wild week, but God is seeing us through, and we are moving forward. And I tell you, since I've had to go back to work, my mind is really racing on how to make sure and get the revenue coming in. We need to start being able to generate about $20,000 at least income, and that we could probably then make that work to get us through to just kind of keep us afloat and going, and then hopefully use some money from the insurance company to help kick off the build, and then hopefully go into full-time homesteading as a family. So because the goal would be to not miss out on these years with my children, especially my oldest son being 15 this year. He's not got much more time at home, and so I want to spend as much time as I can with him and teach those things a father should teach a son. And I want to teach that to all my kids. So it's a mighty goal, and so we're moving towards that, and I think we will. But even my wife is starting to really focus on how we can crack down and generate some income. We'll get the farm stand going and get up and running, and hopefully I can tell Whirlpool bye, and we can rock on and do some more content for you guys, share stories, we move on. which I do have a lot of video footage that I'm working on editing down. I just got to get a computer that I can edit with. But we'll get it. And so, short, kind of rambling, but till next time, get in the dirt and get growing. This has been Kyle with New Norm Farm. See you later.